Hey guys, BaoZakeruga here. Today I'm here to count down my personal top 5 Final Fantasy games. Now keep in mind what I just said, my personal top 5 Final Fantasy games. So please no rage comments in the comment section. Now with that out the way, here we go. Number 5, Final Fantasy 1. Number 5 goes to the game that started it all. I don't know what it is about this game, but despite being the epitome of a bare bones RPG, it still retains that magical feeling all these years later. I can go back to it anytime and have fun. Not something I can say for most classic RPGs, or games in general. The game has such simple moments that somehow stay with you, like finding the airship or discovering the truth about the main villain. The music still holds up to this day, and various versions have added bonus dungeons that increase the fun. The original Final Fantasy is truly a classic that you absolutely must play if you are a fan of RPGs. Number 4, Final Fantasy IV. This was the first big turning point for the series. The story was given heavy emphasis, the characters were fleshed out more than they ever had before, and the active time battle system made its debut here, which added some very appreciated difficulty. The story of Cecil, the Dark Knight, and his journey of redemption for his sins will forever stick with me. And not only him, Kain, Rydia, Yang, and all your other party members are memorable. Looking back on it, Square really tried to go all out with this one, and I'd say the game's legacy proves their success. Someone at the current Square Enix must love this entry in the series since it's been made available on like every device known to man. Number 3, Final Fantasy IX. I have an interesting history with this one. I tried this game for the first time over 6 years ago, and my save data got deleted. Gave it another try a couple years after that, my PS3 got the yellow light of death, and as a result, my save data got deleted. Now in 2015, I sat down and told myself, I'm going to finish this game. Third time's the charm, right? Well, a few weeks ago, I finally did it, and boy was it worth the wait. I think the main thing I appreciate about this game now is how deceptive it is. Looking at it for the first time, I thought it was going to be a fun and lighthearted story due to the art style. I was very wrong. This is possibly the darkest mainline Final Fantasy game, but it does it in a way that seems natural and like something out of a stage play tragedy. It's brilliant. Vivi and Zidane are two of the most memorable characters in the entire series and were easily the driving force behind the main events for me. I don't regret having to play through a lot of the events 3 times because the ending more than made up for it. I literally had to get out of my seat and start clapping. I loved it that much. Number 2, Final Fantasy X. On some days this game competes for the title of my favorite Final Fantasy game, but today it's number 2. Final Fantasy X in my opinion is the last masterpiece in the series. When I first got this game, I literally played it for a week straight to completion, only taking breaks for food and sleep and such. I was engrossed in this beautiful world of Spira. I loved all these characters, the battles were insanely fun, I wanted to know more about Sin. The game just seemed to do every single thing right. From the moment that intro played, I was hooked. It's rare that games capture me to that degree, but this one did it amazingly well. I've done about 3 playthroughs of 10 and plan to do my next one of the HD remaster. Final Fantasy X will forever be one of the greatest games I've had the pleasure of playing. Number 1, Final Fantasy VI. Now this is a classic. From the moment that intro played with the Magitech armors trekking through the snow, I don't know what it is, but I was just captured. It's amazing how this game has so many playable characters, but most of them get their own segments of the story to shine and help them develop as characters. I remember them all fondly, some big standouts being Terra, Locke, and Shadow, and the gameplay. I love what they did with the summons in this one. Instead of being just a cinematic attack, you learn magic from them and they even play a massive role in the story. The presentation for this game was and is on point. It still looks as good today as the day it was released, and it just oozes steampunk. Music, don't even get me started. The boss themes, the world map theme, the opera house song, there's just so many superb pieces of music in this game, it's ridiculous. If you don't get it by now, Final Fantasy VI is the epitome of this series. It's amazing in every way, and it's truly one of the best RPGs ever made, hands down. Some would argue the best RPG ever made. What other video games let you suplex a train? Yes, I said suplex a freaking train. Final Fantasy VI, doing things no other game has done before or after its time of release. And there you have it, my personal top 5 Final Fantasy games. I want to hear yours if you're a fan of the series. If you're not a fan of the series, tell me why. If you tried the games and you just didn't like them, or you just think they're not for you, leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.